back, but I'm trying to recover this because I've only found one small wormhole in it, which is here. So it looks as though I get away with it. There's a small wormhole there. I thought there were none in it. So I'm going to use that again because there's that much shape. There's some serious work to make that. So I'm going to literally rub them nails down flat rather than try to get them all out, and then use a new set of nails. It's easier to rub them off and leave them in than to take them out. So that's that. Obviously when I strip the hood, I keep the remnants as a guide for making the hood. I'll only say similar to the old one because you can see the state it's in, but there's enough remnants there to know how it should be sewn and things like that. The only thing on this hood, somebody in the past has put a wooden frame rear window in, which is totally unoriginal, and actually lies leave no and go back to what it looked like originally. So that's kept for that purpose. These are bits that went with the hood. Where the hood goes over the sharp curve at either side, these were nailed across to give a bit better shape to it all. On some cars, like the coupes we have in our club, this is like a thin pillar. It's that shape and filled with cotton wadding, and just to give a soft feel and nice shape to where it goes over the top. So I may use that style of thing, and I may modify it and put a bit of cotton wadding in it to give it a bit softer feel. So that's what they are. This is just an internal, I can't see what purpose it were, but they had an internal flap above the door that obviously clipped onto press studs. So I've probably put one back. So that's what that is. That's a bit off the hood. That piece of wood I showed you, I'm going to reuse. All the nailing were done in that groove that we had in it, and this goes on inside the groove. It normally has nails stuck out of it, and is a final trim. So it's not there to use that. But for the seat that's in the boot, the Dickies seat, and that's, if you can see from where I'm pressing it, the springs inside that. But it never came, so that's the back, it never came with the base. That's what we're covering, the springs. You can even see the impression of the springs on it. So that's your first bit of cover. Then on top of that you get this sort of thing. It's Hessian with horsehair on it. And that obviously didn't come off that one, this came off it. But look at it. Can you see you've got another one on top of that? I think that's where it came from. That you're sewing in pockets that you fill with wadding. It's usually cotton wadding. They've used some kind of like, well, it's like it is a cotton wadding, but it's like a coarse one, isn't it? It's not white like we see today. So basically you create pockets, fill them, and it gives you that fluting effect. So that's the cover off the seat to give me a guide as to how many flutes I need and what width they ought to be and things like that. These are the panels off the door. I think I shall make new ones, but I shall make them in that style. That's that wear that I'm trying to overcome on the side of the car. You know, it were on when I got it. It's because of the misshaping of the seats. I've kept all the covers. I'll not lift them all up. This is that extra flap I told you that lifted up on top above the boot lid. This is the cover off it. Useful to keep because I can set these all out on the floor and gauge how much material I want, and that's my intention. So I cut them off as best I can, and You know, this is the one that went right across the front of the car. You know, just in front of the screen. So you get a good idea of what shape you want.